That was me.
Okay, so we are now recording. So we are going to just do a very quick intro to IQ Office and show you the back end and a few initial items that we need to get checked off the list to get you all onboarded. So if I share my screen here, let me know if you see my IQ Office screen.
Yeah.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the initial back end to IQ Office. You have a bunch of, recent contact activity, your leads, messages, actions. There's a lot on this dashboard. It can be edited as you see these little squares right here. You can kind of hide or change the items that you may or may not want to see. Me being an admin, I have a different access. So the leads and everything that I see right here are for the entire company. You will only see your own. Same with the to-dos and everything down here. So we'll really get into all of this, not at this moment. I just kind of wanted to show you this is what the dashboard looks like. It definitely looks like a lot and looks intimidating at first, but it's very user-friendly, and we'll have a lot of trainings on it. So as soon as you log into IQ Office, which let's talk about how you log into IQ Office. To get there, you're going to type in the domain cbiqo.com. And that literally just stands for Coldwell Banker IQ Office. cbiqo.com. I'm already logged in, so it's going to take me directly in. However, I'll log out here so you can see. So this is where you're going to land. So you'll see our logo, Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties and IQ Office. Your username is going to be your first name initial and then your last name, all one word, all lowercase. So you can see for Alexi Rusk, mine is A Rusk. And your default password is going to be CBDP01, all one word and all lowercase. So Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties, CBDP01, all one word, all lowercase. Once you go ahead and log in, then you will land on the dashboard. Just to mention this and prepare you all right now, so of course this would be happening. IQ Office, they are just now in the beta of their 6.0 version. So you see this orange bar at the top, it says version 6.0 available, try it now. You're not going to have this option right now. It's basically going to be a different look and more user-friendly. All of the action items are going to be the same. You're going to find things in basically the same place. So it's not going to really interfere with your training. I just wanted to kind of mention that since you see that right here, and a new version will be rolling out. It could not be for 6 more months. It could be for 3 more months. It could be a year and a half. So just to kind of let you know that that's coming, but it's not anything that's going to happen tomorrow. So when you log into IQ Office, you've got 3 icons right in the upper right, and all 3 of these are very important. You've got your name and your little headshot. When you click on that, you get this drop-down option to get into your profile. So in your profile, this is where you have your phone number, your email address, you decide how you want to receive leads, you update your headshots. You can add your social media links so that people can easily click from your website and get to your Facebook, etc. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, Derek, or did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to jump in and as we go through these toolboxes, there's a bit of a flow chart. IQO does 2 things for all of our agents. A, it's your digital office where all of the paperwork, all of this stuff about all your listings, everything is kept. But it also governs your CB distinctive website, which is a very important thing to think because you're both a Coldwell Banker agent and you're a CB distinctive properties agent. IQO, all this profile stuff Alexi's talking about, governs how you come through on your CB distinctive page, which is the one, you'll be coldwellbankertelluride.com. It's an important one. So this profile then feeds into the CBDP world, okay? Yes. And you'll be wondering about that for months and months. We've got a flow chart that explains it, but that's why this is important. Any images you put in here will become your image for our company website. CB big picture stuff is in its own platform, but this is all governing CB distinctive stuff.
Exactly. So in that, again, whatever you have in here for your phone number, for your email, for your headshot, that's what's going to display on your personal website and on coldwellbankertellyourride.com. So for example, we just had this happen with Karen. The email that I had received for Karen was real.estate.tellyourride.karen or something like that. That's not her email address. So if that is the email address that ended up getting put in for her on her behalf by operations, she's going to want to come in here and make sure that this email address field right here is in fact the email address that she uses, wants to display, and the one that she checks. Again, this is going to be the one that displays on the website. So if someone wants to contact you, that's the email address they're going to use. This is also our internal system for getting messages out to all of our agents. This is the email address that we will all use to communicate with you as well. So this definitely needs to stay updated. Same thing with the phone numbers. You want to make sure you have the correct phone numbers as far as fax, direct, and your cell phone. Make sure all of this information here looks correct. As we scroll down, now you can see login info. So as I just told you, all of your default passwords right now are CBDP01. So you're going to want to come and change your password. So just, obviously change it to whatever you typically would. And then just make sure that after you change anything on this page, you scroll to the very bottom and you click save. I know that sounds very simple. But it happens all the time that an agent will come in here and make a quick change on something on the screen and forget to save it, and then they're confused of why it's not working. So just make sure that any changes you make, you always save, and that's something that I will say about the front end and the back end consistently. You don't really need to worry about the office information. If there's anything else that you want to add there, you can. The lead stuff has been taken care of for you. We're syncing you to Crest. And then we get down to your profile. So this is another area where it's going to feed to the front end of the website. So I'm just going to go to GJ Homes right now, which is our Grand Junction website. So if someone were to go to coldwellbankertellyourride.com, this is essentially the same type of thing that they would see. So when we have our Meet Our Team, your name, phone number, address, all of that is going to display right here. If I click on an agent, it's going to take me to their profile page on the company website. So you can see here the Turner and Beatty team. Here's where they have their bio, and they also have a profile video. This is the one place on the front end of the website that you edit from the back end. Everything else that you're going to do on the front end of the website, you want to change a picture and change the text, is going to be done from the front, which is a different training. The profile is the one place where it feeds from IQ Office. So you can see the video profile URL. We can just get a YouTube link and we'll pop that right in there, and then the video will feed to the front just like this right here. And then we'll put in your profile text, your about me, your bio, accolades, testimonials, anything you want to put in there, you can. And then that will feed to the front end as well. If you want to put in an email signature, you can go ahead and do that right down here. I think that you all have signatures created for you that Margaret did, so you can put that in here. If you need any help, just let us know. You'll just basically, insert the image.
And this is when you use IQO for an email service, which my experience, Lexi, has been most agents don't use it other than when they're sending out a blast. But you can email from here, and if you do, this would be the signature, but it does not override your Outlook or your Gmail email signature. So just because you put something in here doesn't mean that's what's going to show up on all of whatever you normally use.
Exactly. So it's not going to override your Gmail. And then so just to kind of show you, so I'll move this screen over here. The email signature that Derek is talking about, that's automatic. So sorry, let me back up here. If you put an email signature line in here and you do an actual email message from IQ Office, the email signature will show. Again, it's not going to override anything from Outlook or Gmail. If you don't put anything in here, you still have an automatic signature from the IQ office messages. So when I was telling you all about the market reports and the newsletters, this, for example, this is the Vail newsletter. Here's Chris McDonald. He's one of our agents in Vail, so I received this from him. So if I scroll all the way down here, this signature right here is automatic on every single email or that's going to come from IQ office on your behalf. So you can add an additional, image signature if you would like to, or if you were going to use messages. It's not necessary. Your contact information is always going to be at the end of those messages. So email signature if you want, and then make sure you save at the bottom. So scrolling up again, just make sure that all of your information is correct. Make sure you change your password. And then we can go into images. So this is where you're going to have your headshots. The image that is at the very top is going to be the image that is displaying.
Yeah, look at that one. I haven't seen that one.
This one?
Yeah.
So if you get a new headshot, you'll come in here to images. You'll just click upload, choose file. Then I'm just going to go and grab another random one. Name it so that you just kind of know which one it is. As soon as you upload one, so you'll see here, I'll save it. It will go into the list, but it's not automatically going to replace the one at the top. Let it process here for a minute. That might be a really big file size too. So it's taking it a second. All right, so see this big red process complete bar at the top? IQ Office is going to do that pretty much consistently for you when you do anything, so that's always a good sign that you did something right. So again, it's not going to replace the top image, so if we scroll down here, now it's down here at the bottom. If I want this to be the headshot, I just hover over Actions, and I just click Move to Top. Now this is the top image, and if I just refresh right here, you can see my little image in the upper right has now changed. Now it's the one with the black shirt. So very, very easy. Upload as many headshots as you want. You can easily move them around. Again, move to top, and that's all you need to do.
So just taking a quick look at IQ, all of Telluride agents' headshots are in there, black and white versions. So you're being told how to do this. You don't need to go do it though. So your headshots are in there, which is a good thing. You don't have to go and push a bunch of buttons right off the top.
Yeah, yep, exactly. They're already in there for you right now, and just, as you move forward and you add to, then you know how to get in there. Okay, so then looking at the next tab is the Preferences tab. This is where
one thing, we have color headshots, don't we, Eric?
Eric, you're on mute, so just make sure you unmute yourself. There you go.
Yeah, we have color shots.
Yeah, so we want to put all of our shots in here. Alexia, how many shots do you have of us? Are they all just black and white?
So I'm going to have to ask Margaret. Margaret is the one who has all of the onboarding headshots. I had sent an email to everyone requesting which ones you prefer so that I can use the ones that you want to use in your listing presentation. I'm not sure how many Margaret has of you, but if you have your colored one, then you can easily just go and pop it in here or send it to Margaret and she can upload it. Our understanding was, Eric, that you wanted all headshots in black and white. If that's not the case, we can change it.
Well, I would like to see continuity on our website. I'll tell you it's been surprising to me that some of the offices have, all the headshots are different, and in many cases there really aren't even any headshots, but I don't know how you make your agents do that.
Right.
If you see a website where there's some continuity between brokers, in my opinion, it gives it a more professional look overall. But you know, if brokers want to have their face in color, it's fine.
Okay.
I agree
And
with
I'm
that,
not
Eric. I think
sure-
it's better when everybody looks the same on that website. But here we run into that whole thing of like, well, you're an independent contractor, and so if you want a color shot, you probably can say you want a color shot. Do that instead. So.
And
Yeah, except when
My personal opinion is I think on business cards, the black and white and maybe in print looks better, but I kind of like color on my screen.
okay.
So if I were allowed to have a vote, and I don't know if I am, I would vote for color on the web, but that's just me.
Yeah, you absolutely can. So Eric, you just kind of cleared that up, that if they want to do color, they can. So Lynn, to your point, you can absolutely do your colored image on the websites, and then you can use black and white in any print that you want. You can go back and forth. That's fine.
Cool.
Anything else on the headshots you wanted to say, Derek?
No, I think that's good. So if you struggle, as Lexi said, if you struggle with any of this, just she and I are kind of the point people for IQO. You can email us both, and one of us will get it figured out. I do have the color headshots, Eric, because of the magazine. I have them all in a folder, and so if any of your agents wanted that and didn't want to figure out how to do this, we can do that. If you had a list of, say, Lynn wants color and Karen wants sepia toned, and et cetera, et cetera.
sounds good.
I'd like color too.
I can help
This is
you.
Michael. Lynn can help me with that.
Okay, perfect. Just let us know. Okay, so going into your preferences, so this is where you can select how you would like to receive notifications and leads from IQ Office. So one thing, when you click on the preferences, right here at the very top, you have this out of office yes and no option. So if you are going on vacation and you're going to be out for a while and you don't want any leads to basically get missed, you don't want to miss your rotation in the list. Okay, so all of the agents will be round robin when leads come in. So if you're out of the office and you're not going to be answering the leads, you can change this to no. So that way you don't miss a lead and then go back to the bottom of the rotation. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So you do have this option. You can switch it as often as you want to, really. So if you even have an afternoon that you know you're not going to be on your phone and answering emails, you can switch this to no, or I mean to yes, as if you're out of the office. Just make sure that you obviously go back and change it. So then you can see notify new IQ message by email, always or never. So this is going to be when IQ is sending an update and notifying us that something has changed or there's something new, different notifications. How do you want to be notified from IQ Office? Do you want to get their emails or do you not want to get their emails? So this is where you can select that. And then here is where you can select how you want to receive leads. So the next three are specific to leads that are coming into you: email, text, and phone. On these three, you can choose always, never, or use my office hours. So it says use my office hours, see below. So if we just scroll down here, here's where you would input my office hours. So if you know that you're never going to be answering the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning and you cut yourself off at 9 o'clock at night or whatever it is, you can go ahead and put that in here. So then the system knows not to send you leads after that certain time. You all being in a resort market, as you probably know, a lot of your second and third homeowners don't reside there all the time. So if they are out of the country or if they're somewhere else where the time zone is different and they're searching for property and they're doing something online that creates a lead, which at this point there are so many things that they can do to create a lead. If you have your office hours set as basically as always, it's going to come to you. It's not going to care what time it is. So if you're not going to work at 2 o'clock in the morning, at 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever, on Saturdays, I really highly recommend using the office hours. Derek, do you want to say something?
Okay, well, so we can, because we tend to be in Hawaii a couple times a year, so we can say,
We can adjust these
we can
times.
adjust the time. So
Yeah.
we can also not adjust the time on our email. So we can get an email at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, but I've gotten.
But not a text.
But not a text.
Or a phone call.
Yeah, I've gotten phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning a couple of times in Hawaii.
There you go.
So.
There you go. Exactly. So scrolling back up to the top then, under the 3 lead by email, text, and phone, always, never, or use my office hours. So some agents, they never want to text. They just want the phone call, vice versa. So that is just up to you. The next few are tasks. So as I showed you kind of on your dashboard, you can set up tasks for yourself. So if you need to follow up with an inspector, you need to follow up with a client, you need to send a document, you can set up tasks. So here's where you're selecting, do you want it to email you when you're supposed to do something? Do you want it to text you when you're supposed to do something? Always or never. Or office hours, still on that one. And then again, showings. So, if you have showing confirmations, if someone requests a showing, you can be notified, and then same with the transactions. So you have a lot of different options there of how often you do and do not want to be updated on what is going on with transactions, showings, who you need to follow up with. You can have a default property flyer. So if you use one specific template all the time, you can put that in there and it will make it quicker for you when you're going to your marketing section. If you are on a team, or for example, Michael and Lynn, if one of you is going to be out for the afternoon or for a couple days, but you still want to remain in the rotation in your same spot because there's 2 of you, you can do assign my leads to somebody else. So if for example, Lynn's going to be out of town for one day, but she may be close in the rotation. So between you guys on the team, you want to make sure that she just stays right where she's at, and Michael's going to answer it instead. You would just come in here and you would just say, assign my leads to, and select who it is. That way, if a lead comes in and you're the next in the rotation, it'll just go to Michael and he'll be notified so that you all don't miss the lead.
Yep.
Okay, so how do you know where you are in the rotation?
Yeah, well, you don't actually always know where you are in the rotation, but my suggestion on that would be, if it's just going to be for a day and your partner is going to be on the clock, I would assign my leads to somebody else. That way, if it goes to somebody who's supposed to be on the team, but that one person is out, the team still gets the lead. If you have a question on where you're at because it's been a little while, you can reach out to us and we can kind of look, and there's a lot of lead lists.
Right, because just to clarify, if you are sent a lead and you fail to respond, you go to the bottom of the list, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And how much time do you have to respond?
Like 90 seconds. No, industry standard is anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. Clearly, if you get a lead, we want you to respond quickly and professionally, so that the client is feeling attended to. You can go online and research this, but
the reason for the question was we had a similar type of system when we were with Sotheby's, and the only way it contacted you was via phone. And you would answer the phone and it would say, if you're a person, press 1, and then you would get the lead. And if it went to voicemail or you missed it or whatever, it was gone. It went to the next person. So since you're being contacted not only perhaps by phone, but maybe text and email, how do you know that we've responded to that? How does the system know that it's actually been, I've texted them back or I've called them back or whatever?
So I think on the phone call, it's very similar. So you'll press a button to basically accept it. When you get a text, it actually comes from IQO and it basically says like, click here to accept, and same on the email. So it's an automatic, you click to accept it, sends an automatic email letting us know that lead has been accepted. So it makes it very easy for you, like one click to accept, right, Derek?
correct.
Yeah, so on the emails and texts, you're saying within 3 to 5 minutes they have to be responded to, or they go on to the next person. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And the idea for that isn't as much punishment to an agent. It is to make sure that this lead that came to our company gets attended to, so then
No,
they
no,
don't know.
No,
100%. Yeah, we get that.
We totally get that. And we've been using a thing called Boomtown, and it popped up. I immediately called them, or Lynn immediately called them. And what did they say? They thought you were
Like a stalker.
Are you stalking me? Right.
No, but I get it. Yeah, totally understand the system. Just wanted to understand how those other pieces work since I've not had experience with text or email.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a few ways that you can accept it, and definitely, let us know if you have questions or issues or anything. That if a weird situation happens, which they do sometimes, just communication, and we'll make sure that everything gets where it needs to go.
Yep.
A lot of this stuff is actually brand new. So I'm not going to go into detail on that because I don't want to tell you something that's not the truth. So I'm going to learn more about that before we go into more detail on some of this stuff right here that has kind of transactions and second associates. And then come down here and set your office hours if you want to do that. And then again, make sure that you save at the bottom.
It's counterintuitive, but the save is in the bottom right of each screen, and sometimes you don't see it until you scroll all the way down. If you do a bunch of work and then don't go find that green save button, it's probably not going to take. So just keep that in mind, that you always have to go to the bottom and push save.
So the last thing that I want to show you to kind of complete your profile is your social media links and where you can put those. So if I go back to the front end of the website, you can see right here, so I clicked on the Turner BD team, and this is actually Eileen Turner, but she's got, the picture of the team. You can see right here, she's got all of these little icons. These are standard for every single agent. These are going to show up. The ones that are actually bold are the links that she has filled out. So I can easily just click right here and get to her Facebook page. Now I'm on her Facebook page. A little slow there. And then going back to the website, from here, I can click right here and get to her personal website. A lot of the templates on the personal website have the exact same thing. So you can see the little links again are right here. So I can get to Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook by easily just clicking the little icon. So those feed from the back end. To do that, all you do is go to your personal Instagram, go to your personal Facebook page, take this URL at the top, make sure you copy the entire thing. Don't just copy, www, don't just copy your name. Make sure you take the entire thing, copy that. You'll go back into your IQ office, and then you'll literally just paste that one into the Instagram. Go to Facebook, take the Facebook one, copy that, paste it into Facebook. And then as soon as I save this on my website, that's going to populate. I highly recommend that you at least get your Facebook in there. If you don't have other social media platforms, that's fine. As we move forward as a team, we'll definitely help you grow in the social world. Facebook, though, is crucial. So I definitely recommend, if you don't have a business page yet, get one and then get that in here.
And we'll talk about that tomorrow in the fan club a little bit. We're really going to be directing our fan club to Telluride agents. And so if you don't know how to do a business Facebook page, we're going to go over that tomorrow.
Perfect. That's awesome.
And just to clarify, that will be recorded as well, because unfortunately, Michael and I are going to miss that. We have an exchange student who is graduating from Telluride High School tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
A full day of activities. So I'm bummed that we're going to miss the Friday meeting, but just the way it is.
So you will record it, and we can watch it then?
Yep. So
we'll record it, and then for $5 per agent, we'll let you see the recording. I'm a little disappointed that some exchange student's graduation trumps an hour-long training, but whatever. I just have to get used to Telluride's way of doing things.
Shut up.
Yeah. No, we're actually bumming. We've had her for 5 months, and tomorrow she is 4 weeks away from leaving, and we're starting to get sad.
Yeah, where's she from?
She's from Switzerland, and she is fantastic. She's
Switzerland.
She probably didn't even feel like she went anywhere.
I was going to say, how appropriate. Like, Telluride, the Switzerland of America.
actually, the funny thing is she lives near Baden, and they are not in the mountains. They're at like 600 feet, so it's more like Midwest. Right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such a thing in Switzerland.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. So anyway, so that's what we'll be doing tomorrow.
Okay.
My son just went
congratulations.
Thanks.
My son just went to Vienna yesterday for the month. He's got family over there, and so we shipped him off on the plane. And so I might have some of those same feelings as you're having. I'm a little bit like, oh my God, my kid's overseas, and
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine. I told him, get drunk. You're 15. It's time to get drunk in Europe. Go do it.
You have to be 16 to drink wine and beer in Europe. So
Yes, but you don't have to be 16 to get drunk. That's what I'm saying. So.
Okay. So that is going to conclude kind of just the intro to IQ Office. So get in there, kind of start messing around. You're not going to break anything. So if you see something weird, something happens, call me, text me, email me. I'm here for you. And yeah, Karen,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to put in my new listing today. So do I go into the IQ office, or do you want me to call somebody?
Sure.
No, that's a great question. I'm glad you mentioned it because IQO pulls from your MLS. Any of your listing stuff you don't do through IQO, even though it all lives in there, but it lives in there because MLS sends all the information.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I need to do a package, what are they called?
A marketing package?
A marketing package.
So,
I'm the first.
yep. So
let me see here.
we have the power to act as you. So make sure, Eric, that you never make Lexi or me mad, because we can go in and we can change your Facebook link to, monkey drummers or something like that. And just make sure.
I get it. I know what you're into.
I'm going to make this available right now.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, and also, Lexi, so I'm going to enter this in for my marketing package, but we had to do this differently because we ordered the photographs ourselves in that transition.
Okay.
So, and we've had approval for that. Eric got approval.
From Teresa.
Can
That
I
came
go
from
ahead and
Teresa.
put it in the MLS simultaneously? I'm going to fill out the marketing package. And then do I enter it into my own MLS?
Yes. So you'll input the listing into the MLS like you normally do, and then you'll order the marketing package via IQ Office. So in the marketing package order form, you will see under the photography. Actually, so right now, there's not an option to select a photographer since we're still kind of interviewing some for that area.
Yes.
So if you would just email then the photos to us afterwards,
Okay.
that would be perfect. So
Great.
let's see here, there's two more.
The screen that Lexi's looking at is not a screen you guys will ever have to deal with. So she's doing
Okay.
some super behind the scenes stuff. It's much easier to order your CB form. You'll see in just a moment. She's just setting it up.
So Karen,
Yes.
Karen,
Uh-huh.
if you recall the issue with putting in a listing without all the photos, if you put in your few photos just to get it in the MLS, that won't work because you get one shot at
Yes.
getting those photos in.
So I'm hoping I'll have my photos from Ian today.
Yeah.
Great.
And- Great. Is that Ian, your son?
Felonious.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a terrific photographer.
So he's your Ian House photographer? Sorry.
He has been. He's actually on a commercial shoot right now. I don't know, Karen, if he managed to get them done today or last night.
Hope so.
For knowing what they've been up to, I doubt it. And he is actually going to be moving to Fort Collins over the next few days. He's going to continue working with me. And he will be, hopefully he'll be accepted as a photographer for your Vail and your Steamboat markets.
Oh.
He can access those relatively easily from Fort Collins. It's not a big deal for him. So hopefully he'll continue doing some work for you.
So Karen, when you get your photos, then get it in the MLS how you guys typically would, with the correct timelines and everything. And then when you're ready to order the package, so I'm acting as you right now. So when you log in, this is what you'll see.
Okay.
So you'll all see this little chain link right to the left of your name.
All right.
This is where you'll go to order it. So you can see
Okay.
Telluride CB1, CB2, and CB3 order form.
Okay, I see it.
So whichever package you're going to do, you'll just click on that. I just clicked on the 2 just for now.
Okay.
So then you'll just go ahead and fill this out. Has all the information.
Okay.
Once you submit this, you will get an email back from the marketing coordinator, and then you can just send the photos directly to her or share a folder with her so that they can get started on all the pieces.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So, Alexi, I don't know if this is the appropriate time to ask this or not, but we were talking about this yesterday in the office. So since we all, we don't have a bunch of listings, but we have some listings, that are already existing. We already have the photos and all that. Is there any way to get pieces of these marketing plans? Because we don't need the photos, obviously. It's been listed for a while. We don't need just listed postcards, but social media campaign, the online presence. Is there a way to kind of pick and choose for our existing listings, things?
Kind of. So we talked about this a little bit with Teresa. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take all of your existing listings and create new flyers for all of them, flyers/brochures, so that all of them have that to reside in the office. The online presence, as soon as the listing gets into the system, it's automatic. So it'll get all of the online exposure. It automatically gets the listing video and its very own website domain for the specific listing. All of that is automatic, so it will receive all of that. If we want to do, so I think the Facebook is a great idea. So on our side, we'll get all of the listings posted to Facebook and featured on the website. And like I said, we already talked about doing all the listings, redoing them in flyer brochures that match, our templates. So actually, I'll be up there next week. I'll send you all an email on whether it's going to be Monday or Thursday that I'll be there physically. But I will be meeting with John at that time for us to figure out, divide and conquer, and get all the listings rebranded.
That sounds good. Thanks.
No problem.
Alexis, will we send you the photographs?
It'll be me and the marketing coordinators. So let's just go ahead and do this right now. Oh yeah, it's KM, huh? There we go.
There we are.
And then I'm gonna add, the internet is just being weird. I will send an email right now to you, Karen, and to the 2 marketing coordinators, and then myself. So between the 3 of us, just send it to all 3 of us and we'll for sure have it handled.
Okay. Fantastico. Thank you.
No problem.
Alexi,
These are great. I really appreciate you taking the time with us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Alexi,
Yeah.
can you give me I have the information on each of the 3 marketing packages. Can you just repeat the broker cost or the agent cost for each of those? The first one was $199, right?
Yes.
I thought the first one was $299. You're on that?
So the CB1 is $199, the CB2 is $399, and the CB3 is $899.
Thank you.
Great.
And
No problem.
You already touched on that, I think, in the training, but we'll touch on that tomorrow in the fan club about
And it actually, okay, yeah, so it does have it in here. So when you go into the order form, when you scroll down towards the bottom, it'll show you what's included and what it costs. So just to, as you keep ordering them, if you forget, that's in there too. All right. Well, I will send you all an email for when I will be there next week and what topics we will be covering. For now, get into IQ Office, start messing around. Let me know if you have any issues logging in or come across anything strange while you're in there. And then I think it will probably be Monday that I will be there. It won't be too long in between this stuff, so we really keep it moving. But again, I'll make sure that you all are aware of the time and place.
Hey, Alexi, one last question. Do you have the ad done for Sunday?
I'll send you what we've changed, Eric, so that you can tell me what you'd like to see different, and then we'll get that submitted to Dusty.
That would be awesome.
No
and
problem.
Alexi, I had one question as well. So do we need to submit all of our advertising to you guys for approval before we do it?
Not necessarily. I think right at the beginning, let's just kind of proof and make sure that we're all following the guidelines. Once we look at it a few times, I think the agents usually get, the system down, and we don't need to look at every single one. The biggest thing is we just need to make sure that the CBDP logo is on there, and that if we have an additional logo, that it's at least the CBDP one is the same size, if not bigger.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to send you 3. One's a land magazine, a full page ad, and then the other are kind of just some small ads that we run in our local paper.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot those off to you to look at, and if you can just let me know. I think they're going to be fine, but if you could just let me know, that'd be great.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you all for taking the time as well. And I know it's going to take a chunk of your time as we kind of move through this, but I think it's going to, I think it's going to be smooth, and I think you're going to be really excited once you start getting in and messing around. So let me know, as questions and issues come up, and I will see you all next week.
Oh, Alexi, one last thing. How do we now come back to this past hour of video?
So once we finish this, Derek basically receives a link. He sends it to his account, and then we will draft an email that has the link and basically a little blurb about what we talked about, and click here to watch it, and we'll send that to your entire office.
Perfect.
So will it be exactly like this? Will our questions be on this?
Recorded. Yep.
This is just recorded. So any agent that wasn't here will hear all of our questions and all the answers.
And all about our exchange student.
Yes, they will. Yep, they'll see the screen.
And Derek's son that went to Europe.
They'll see the screen that we showed, and they'll hear all the interaction.
Okay.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, stop recording.
Let me just figure out how to do that. It looks like it's almost like signed me out.
You're still on.
Yeah.
All right.